everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well out there, and today we're going to be stalked by a snowman. Yes, you heard me right. But before we get stalked by a snowman, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Join me here. I greatly would appreciate that. Also, a shameless plug for my TeePublic page. I will leave a link in the description box below. If you want, check that out. I greatly would appreciate that. And today we're heading back to 1997, folks, for a little horror film that I remember seeing the box for at my local video store, but I never rented it, never seen it until now. And we're going to talk about 1997's Jack Frost. No, not the 1998 Michael Keaton film, the 1997 Killer Snowman film, Jack Frost. This film came out November 18th of 1997, went straight to video, never had a theatrical release. It's rated R, it's an hour and 29 minutes long. This film was directed by Michael Cooney, although there was somebody else tapped to direct this film, with a much larger budget. This one had a budget of under $1 million. Matter of fact, the production struggled with financing and trying to get enough money to pull off the effects. If you ever see the film, you can tell. This film stars Scott McDonald as the title character, Jack Frost. We also got Christopher Allport plays Sam. He is the small town's sheriff in Snowmanton. Yes, that's right. That's the name of the town. And Shannon Elizabeth plays Jill. This is her film debut. And yeah, she would go off to do American Pie, 13 Ghosts, and whatnot. So I just watched this on this Blu-ray, and I got to be honest, if you're a fan of this film, it's on sale right now for $16 on Amazon, I think, and there's some special features. There's an interview with Scott McDonald on here, and the transfer is pretty good for a movie that was direct-to-video back in '97. So I got to give them props on, they took their care with this release. So if you like this film, this is pretty much definitely worth picking up if you're a fan of this film. Basically, we're in the back of a transfer vehicle, state execution transfer vehicle. It literally says it on the side of the van. Jack Frost is in the back in chains with a guard, and there's two guys in the front. One guy's driving, the other guy's just kind of, playing navigator. And it's snowing out, and the effects are laughable in some of this. It's part of the charm of this film. As I watched it for the first time, some of the effects, definitely the charm of it is how bad the effects are. And there's some bad effects right here at the beginning of the film. Well, they hit this other truck that's carrying a bio weapon or biochemical thing that's being tested, and Jack Frost gets out, gets hit with this stuff, and turns into a killer snowman. Everybody thinks he's dead. Sam, the town sheriff of Snowmanton, is the one who caught Jack Frost originally, and he was scheduled for execution. So everybody in town thinks he's been executed. All of a sudden, this snowman shows up and starts killing people, and the town's freaking out. And pretty much they're trying to discover how they can stop Jack Frost. And at the end of the movie, how they figure it out is they use antifreeze on Jack Frost, and they keep him in these bottles and they bury him, and that's the end of the film. So what to like about this charming little B movie, or Z movie, depending how you look at it? It's not meant to be taken seriously. And the filmmakers did a smart thing by keeping the tone light. I mean, the acting's not too bad. Honestly, Scott McDonald's really good. He's been in a ton of stuff. X-Files, ton of TV, ton of other movies. Recognizable character actor. He's good here. He's playing it over the top, but still grounded enough that if you wanted to make it a serious movie, it would have been okay. Everybody else is fine. Shannon Elizabeth, for her first film, she's fine for what she's given to do, which isn't a whole lot. Honestly, the charm of it is it's definitely played for laughs. It's not meant to be taken seriously. The effects are not the greatest. And when they do happen, you can laugh along with it. They did not have the money to pull off these effects properly. This was not the original intention for this movie, which we'll get into in a minute. So if you go along with it on that it's meant to be cheesy bad with cheesy one-liners, then you're going to have some fun with this film. You have to go into the right mindset. If you go in thinking it's going to be a serious film, which is about a killer snowman, how could it be? Although originally it was supposed to be a little bit more of a serious film. You're going to hate this movie. You got to go into the right mindset. It's a cheesy, very B movie, Z movie, and the effects are not great. And the actors are in on a joke. The filmmakers are in on a joke. If you can go in with it in that headspace, you're going to have a good time with it. If not, you're going to absolutely hate it. You might as well just not even bother watching this. Negatives, this isn't the greatest movie. This is a movie you put on, turn your brain off, and just have a good time with how bad it is. How bad it's so good. It's so bad that it's fun. It's one of those films. It's a lot like Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 or Cruel Jaws. I would put this in the same category. Definitely. I think the acting is a little better. I will say that. Now, they shot this up around Big Bear in California in the wintertime, expecting snow. That winter, they had a hard time getting snow because the temperatures were up to 70 degrees. So to fill in where they couldn't get snow, they used Q-tips. They would pull Q-tips off, put them together, bunch them up, and put them on the ground. And if you look closely in some of the scenes, you could tell the snow on the ground isn't real snow. But they had to do what they had to do. It was one of those winters where it was warmer than usual and there was not a lot of snow around to do what they wanted to do with the backdrop of this film. This film was shot in 18 days. They had under $1 million. I don't know what the exact budget was, but it was under $1 million. The film had major issues with financing, so you could tell the limitations with the effects, and that are due to they just didn't have the money, and they had to do with what they had, and it shows on screen. But I think they made the smart call by making it really cheesy, over the top cheesy, and just leaning into that headspace when they were making it. And everybody's in on the joke. So if you can go in that space watching this, you'll have a fine enough time with it. This film was actually shot in 94, not released till 97. So it was kind of put on the shelf and then it was released direct to video. And they did make a sequel in 2000. I've never seen the sequel. I think it's on Tubi though. This one and the sequel are on Tubi. So if you want to watch them and you're interested, you can watch them on Tubi. Again, Tubi, never change. You're awesome. I can't recommend Tubi enough. It's a free app. Yeah, you got to watch a couple commercials, but the movies are uncut the way you're supposed to watch them. So it's a good resource if you're a horror fan because they have a pretty large horror catalog on there. So check it out. If you've never checked out Tubi, check Tubi out. Now, let's get into originally what they had planned for this movie. Originally, the budget was supposed to be $30 million and set in a big city. And none other than Rennie Harlan was circling this project to make this film back in the 90s. Yes, Rennie Harlan, which at the time was one of the biggest directors in Hollywood, one of the bigger action directors in that, coming off of Cliffhanger and Die Hard 2 and all that stuff. So yes, this was going to be a very different movie under the original intentions. A $30 million budget set in a big city, and at the time, an A-list director directing the film. So you can see how much this movie got scaled back from its original intentions. But as it is, that's not the movie we got. This is the movie we got. And as it is, this is a fun, super cheesy, good time, Christmas horror time film. And I wouldn't even say it's hard. There's no scary parts of this. It's all played for cheese and laughs. So if you just want to have a good time and know you're in for a cheesy good time, check it out. It's on Tubi for free. At the end of the day, I can't say this is a good movie, and my rating will reflect that. But it's a movie I can watch and just have a good time with. Especially if you're with some buddies and just drinking a few beers, this is definitely a movie you can enjoy with a group of folks that are in for a cheesy good time. At the end of the day, I would give this film a 5 out of 10. And that's probably more generous than it deserves, but I'll give it a 5 out of 10, but you can definitely have a cheesy good time with Jack Frost. If you've ever seen this one, leave a comment down below, let me know, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video. I greatly would appreciate that. I'll be back soon, but until next time, bye.